Welcome to Havering Live. Thank you for joining us in association with Unleashed Live, where we bring the chat to Havering. Thank you for supporting Havering Live. If you like what we do, please share, like our page. This afternoon, we have a couple of ladies who work on behalf of Havering Council. They are local area coordinators. So we're going to find out more. Thank you for joining us this afternoon, Trish and Tracy, who are local area coordinators. Please, Trish, good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon.
What is a local area coordinator? Can you inform us?
Okay, yeah. So local area coordination is basically a support network. It's currently operating successfully across 12 or 13 other local authorities across the country. And what local area coordination does is support people to basically overcome personal challenges, trying to help people make new connections and friends, getting involved with groups and activities, and getting their voice heard. And it's sort of walking alongside people to try and help them achieve their good life, what they would perceive as their good life.
Yeah. So, I mean, how do people, so is it, I mean, obviously because of COVID, things are so much different to how you'd want them to be. But, you know, at the moment, obviously there's many restrictions about. So is it sort of done over the phone at the moment?
So we can get to know people, introduce them out in the public, so we can go along and have a doorstep chat or a park walk with someone. We go along to the Salvation Army and meet people outside there quite often. And hopefully, as soon as the COVID restrictions end, we can then come along and do home visits to people to introduce.
Yeah. So, I mean, Tracy, I mean, obviously the next question would be to you. So, you know, how does it work then? How do people sort of get in contact with you? Or, you know, is it recommendations, or is there a phone number or a website? How do people get in contact?
So we also go on the Havering Community Hub, and people can come along on there and just have a chat with us. We've got mobile numbers or email addresses. They can just give us a call and we can have a chat and discuss what support they might like, or come along to the Salvation Army on a Friday morning at the moment. But yeah, just give us a call and have a chat with us.
Oh, that'd be brilliant. And what I'll do, I'll put all the links in the descriptions above, so anybody sort of watching this at a later date, they can click in the links to be able to sort of get hold of you and your team. How many sort of coordinators are there within the Havering area?
So at the moment, we're just working in the Harold Hill area. So there's myself and Trish, and we will be recruiting a third person shortly. And this is being rolled out into Rainham and South Hornchurch area within the next month, and hopefully across Havering time to come.
Yeah. So, I mean, Trish, do you sort of help individuals, or do you help groups, or, you know, who can you help?
Okay, so we can help anybody over the age of 18, and whether that's an individual or whether it's families. You know, it's basically to try and help them to overcome any challenges, and whether that be somebody alone, trying to overcome social isolation, obviously with the current situation that we find ourselves in, or it could be, you know, a family that are struggling. They may be in an overcrowding situation and they don't really know which way to turn, or, you know, who to turn to. And so, you know, fortunately for us, we kind of have a foot in each camp. So we've got the ability to be able to understand where they may need to go to, and we can kind of help them go towards that and empower them, so know who to speak to. But we can be there and kind of advocate for them should we need to, if they don't feel confident enough to do it themselves.
Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, it's a great service, and obviously you do cover, you know, a wide range of sort of information that you would be able to give local residents. Is this service for anybody within at the moment? It's obviously in the Harold Hill area, but is it open to sort of anybody just above the age of 18? It's not, you know, specific for council residents. Is it open to sort of any resident over the age of 18?
Anybody over the age of 18 that feel that they could benefit from our support. And there could be somebody in the community that's got a friend or family member and they recognise that maybe they could benefit from our support. And as long as they've had that conversation with the person to say, look, why don't you give it a go? Why don't you give them a call? Or why don't I pass their number on to them and they give you a call? Because often numbers can be passed around and people don't feel confident enough to pick up the phone and ring it. So we're quite happy for people to say, look, I've got a friend, I've spoken to them, they'd really like to speak to you, could you give them a call? Here's their number. They've given me consent to pass the number on to you, and then we'll contact them and we'll get that ball rolling, and you know, we'll have good conversations, and hopefully we can gain their trust in and their understanding what exactly we do, and so that we can then start to kind of walk forward with them to help them get to a place.
I mean, it's a fantastic service. I mean, on the literature I've sort of got at the moment, Tracy, it says you sort of cover the Petersfield area. I mean, is this something that's going to sort of be local area as time goes by, or do you sort of, are you covering the whole of Harold Hill between you, or are you sticking to your own areas, Tracy?
So we'll be sticking to our own areas. So I'll be predominantly working in the Petersfield area, and Trish is in the Heaton and Farringdon area. And the reason behind that is because we really want to get to know the community that we're supporting, and the local assets, and embed ourselves within the community. So it's split up by number of residents. So it's approximately 11,000 residents each. And the middle section of Harold Hill, which is the Hildene area, we're currently covering between us until the third member of staff is appointed.
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, do you walk about with sort of a uniform, or so if you're sort of walking around the area, have you got sort of like an orange jacket, or are you sort of incognito and look like a Joe Public?
It's not cognito as such, but we do like to blend into the community as well as we can, and we don't wear any kind of lanyard. We'll carry our leaflets with us, and we'll go about, you know, we'll go to stop off at cafes and the library and that kind of thing, and just chat to people if they so wish to talk to us back, you know. And we kind of just give out a leaflet and explain who we are and what we do, and then hopefully that will engage people in a conversation with us just standing on the street, and that hopefully will encourage them to give us a call at a later time. Or you know, we've found people have said, oh, you know, can I talk to you about this, can I talk to you about that? And you know, just purely by standing in the street or sitting and having a coffee in the cafe, when we were fortunate enough that we did have that little window of opportunity before we were locked down again, where we was able to do that at the back end of the summer last year. So, and it did work quite well. We were able to reach out to quite a few people, but obviously that was quickly stopped. So we've had to be a bit more creative, and where people have want to walk in the parks on a one-to-one basis, we've been able to do that, which is good. And yeah, I think we
just take the time to get to know people. We've got no time constraints, so you know, we really understand what's going on in their life and what area they want support with, and we stick with the person while we're also helping them to get the professional support that they might need.
Yeah, and if sorry, Simon, when the gyms start reopening, if people feel that, you know, they want to kind of get back into doing anything to do with the leisure centres, but they don't feel confident to go on their own. We've spoken to the leisure centres, and they're quite happy for us to go along with people and kind of buddy with them, so they don't look like they're going along with somebody. It actually looks like they're going along with a friend, and we can kind of then draw back as and when they feel that they're happy to kind of go alone if they've met other people and got chatting. And we will encourage those sort of conversations with people that are already there, so they can go, yeah, it's okay, I don't need you there with me next week, I'm quite happy, and that kind of thing. So, and the same with people, you know, if they just haven't got the confidence to go out shopping anymore, we'll just go along shopping with them, go on transport with them, whatever it is that, you know, where the focus is that they really need to kind of be helped with and supported with.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was just going to sort of say. I mean, at the moment we're speaking to Trish and Tracy, if you've just joined us, from Havering Council, who are local area coordinators. So if you've just joined us, that's who we're speaking to at the moment. But getting back to sort of the questions, I mean, especially in the times we've had the last sort of year, where people have sort of seemed to lost a lot of confidence, they've lost, you know, a lot of there's become a lot of anxiety. I mean, this is going to be fantastic support on your behalf of people. You're gaining their confidence, and you're helping them get their voice heard again.
Exactly that, yeah. And these, I don't know if you can see them, but these are the leaflets that we are giving out.
Okay.
And, you know, you've got both mine and Tracy's faces on those. And, you know, if you see one of those leaflets and you pick it up, please feel free to give us a call. We'll, you know, be happy to hear from you. Yeah, anything that we can do to support with, really. So it's really challenging times, and we do anticipate once restrictions are lifted that we will get quite a lot of people getting in touch with us.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, what I'll do, say once again, I'll put all your details on the information above, so if people watching this at a later date, all the information is there and they'll be able to sort of contact you. Well, is there any more you've sort of said? I mean, you seem to have rounded everything up. You seem to have done really well in what you've said. Is there anything else you need to sort of say?
Thing I'd just like to say is to kind of reassure people, you know, this is not like a council service. We don't use service language like referrals or assessments. It's a very, very informal situation, and we don't want anybody to feel that it is a formal statutory kind of situation that's going to make them feel uncomfortable. And we're really approachable, and we'd really love to hear from you.
And we can just really connect people back into the community if they're a little bit apprehensive about doing that. We can help them to find community activities or integrate back into the community again.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, thank you ever so much for taking your time out in joining us on Havering Live, and hopefully plenty of people be watching this, and hopefully plenty of people will be you know, sort of asking for your information. So like I say, I'll put all the information above, and people can contact you that way. So thank you ever so much, ladies. Thank you for taking your time out. We got there in the end.
We did.
Lovely. Well, thank you ever so much. See you later.
Bye.